It can deliver text and binary. Dave figured out a way. He had one of his friends figure out you can take a binary code and just base 64 it, and then PowerShell has the ability to decode that, and it gives you the ability, because there's not a lot of memory on here, so you can't put like a big executable on there and try to spit it out back into like debug or anything like that. So they were mostly focusing on using PowerShell to do it, only because you know, a lot of people, even though XP is still out there, Vista and 7 everybody's moving towards, and it's good to change with the times, I guess. Again, the payloads, you could do Metasploit binaries. You know, you can have an attack shell waiting. All you do is plug it in, it hits over the network and connects back. You know, there's a shit ton of Metasploit payloads that you can use depending on what you do, what you want to do. You could do a VNC, you could do a connect back shell, all types of stuff. You can dump passwords on the machine. I'm going to actually demonstrate one that I was working on that actually dumps the Wi-Fi passwords. So if I was to walk up to someone's laptop, it actually pops up PowerShell, dumps their Wi-Fi password on the screen, and then I'll know where to connect to, pretty much. You can do WebDL using FTP. You can use like the XML stuff for JavaScript to download stuff. You can use PowerShell to download stuff, and a lot of them are simple one-liners that all it takes is just opening up the PowerShell and just having it connect and dump everything. You can set up Windows 7 and I think Vista. They both have the ability to make a rogue access point. So if I plug this in, say I walk into a business, I plug it into machine, it sets them up as a rogue access point where I can connect in through wireless through their machine and get onto the network. I haven't really done the code for that yet, but I know the code's out there that somebody's done already. And basically it's a bunch of NetSH commands to do. That normally you would just, you know, you would type out on a command prompt. Again, connect back shells. You know, you open up Netcat on your computer and just wait for it to come back in. There's sniffers, there's keyloggers. I've seen somebody that actually did a RDP. Well, actually, you can actually set up RDP. You can create a new administrator user, opening up RDP on the computer. But somebody had created one for Google Chrome, which was a plugin for Chrome for remote desktop that's out there, and I didn't even know about it. But what it does is actually, if they have Chrome installed, it actually installs this plugin for Chrome, and then once it does that, it actually sends the connection code back to Pastebin, where you would previously set up like an API for your username. So it actually dumps all the information to this Pastebin account, where you can get like an RDP code. You can dump key logs, you can dump passwords to it, which was a good idea, because I mean, I was figuring out ways to really dump stuff. I only came up with, like, you know, try to email stuff or try to FTP stuff out of somewhere. Dumping on Pastebin seems like a good idea. Plus, it's private too. You can set all your pastes as private, because you have control of them. You could delete them at will, and I don't think Pastebin really monitors the stuff too much, being that Anonymous and everybody else uses that daily to dump all their stuff. And the final one is the SETA HC and util man backdoors. What that basically does is it copies both those programs. It copies command.exe to those programs. So when you're logging in, you basically have a backdoor. With the util man, I think it's Windows key and U, and with the SETA HC, I think it was like you hit Shift 5 times or something like that. But basically, that'll give you a backdoor. So if you were, you know, in somewhere that you were waiting for somebody to leave and you didn't have access to their system, this will give you a way to log into the system without knowing their password. Basically, it'll just pop up a command shell. You can reset their password or do whatever you need. So I was going to show a couple things for the. I think this one here, I think I had set up for, this one here I had set up for creating a new admin user on the system. Let's see if it works right. So basically, if I was someone and I want to plug into a system, I would just plug that in, and I'm admin on the system. What that basically did, it just did the normal commands of adding a new user to the system. I added some stuff on there that added to the administrators group, and also set a reg key for to set it as a special account. So when the person logs in, that username is not listed on the login screen. I got three that I'm going to demo. One of them I got to actually I got to encode because I only had two to demo. So this one here is the wireless one I was talking about. Basically, you would plug this in. It would run PowerShell again as administrator. And if I was standing in front of here and I wanted to write all this stuff out, it would take forever. So this basically, it just pushes all the stuff, and it just dumps any Wi-Fi password on the system and its information. So if you look here, I'm connected with the alpha, and it's just to our network here. That's the only network on the system. But it just if you look on the bottom where it says key content, that's the actual password to log into the Wi-Fi. So it just dumps it in clear text. It's better than using a third-party tool. It's better than using actual software, because again, it's coming up as a keyboard. So there's no way to really block this from coming onto the system, because how are you going to not type? How are you going to not use your mouse and everything? Antivirus won't pick it up. They'll pick up maybe payloads or something like that you may have dropped. But if you're smart enough to encode them before they drop on the system, you won't have any problems with it. Getting detected or anything. You just encode it and do whatever. But again, there's no way to really block anything for this. The last thing I want to do is code here for a connect back shell using PowerShell. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be opening a command prompt on my computer with netcat running on port 444, and then actually compiling this right now. And what it's basically going to do, it's just going to open up PowerShell as administrator. It's going to create a connect back shell to my computer, to my IP address, which is .75. Okay. So if all goes well, if I plug this in, you should see a connection come in through here. I'm actually going to going to just show the code running on here. Get rid of this screen. So what it is, you'll see it try to open up PowerShell from the command prompt, which it missed. The bad thing about it, if it messes up and it skips over something, it kind of screws with the whole system. And you got to wait for it to print out. There's no real proper way of having it detect that the teensy is on. I have it doing a number lock test where it keeps on pressing number lock until it finds that it gets a response from it. Then it starts the code. Everybody else that was writing the code, they were waiting for like 10 seconds, but a lot of times when you connect it in, it's got to wait for the driver to load. And sometimes 10 seconds isn't long enough depending on the speed of the computer. Again, it's spitting out all this code that's actually supposed to be going into PowerShell. Let me see if this works now. So what it's doing is just spitting out the code for the connect back shell. Everything works alright. I'm just going to let it go. Hopefully in like a few seconds we should see something connect to netcat. But there's a bunch of different things. I mean, you don't have to use netcat. You can use like a interpreter shell for Metasploit, a bunch of different things. But I've been screwing around with these codes, going back and forth, adding stuff. So it may be a little bit buggy. There it is right there. So we got the connection in. We're basically on that system. As you can see, it's user's PC from ill will to whatever. But basically, I'm on that computer now, and I can do everything. Wrong one. Anyways, yeah, so you see how it connects back. You can do a bunch of different things to get that up and running. It's not only just the Metasploit stuff. There's a bunch of different things. And again, it's stealth. Not a lot of people will notice it. It fits in your pocket, fits in your wallet, and you can carry it with you at all times for different things. That device itself, I think it was like he knocked it down to like 16 bucks or something like that. It was like 22 bucks, but now it's 16. I don't know what the shipping is on it now, but again, under $20 is always good. If you break the stuff, if you lose it somewhere, you're not out a shit ton of money, for these devices. The next device is something that actually is a free device, or was a free device at one time, which is a Finera router. Finera is a company, I think out of Spain or somewhere that, they were basically giving away free routers, free wireless routers to people to create a bunch of a network of Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi for the people that actually were running them, and paid Wi-Fi for people that wanted to jump on the network. So it was a way for people to make money, but also have free Wi-Fi everywhere. So they used to give away the router for free, but I guess they ran out of grant money and they started charging, or they figured they could make more money off it if they're charging. I think they boosted it up to like 30 bucks. I think at the time my friend got one. He sent it to me from California. It's got a little Yaziger sticker on it. But Yaziger is a program that Robin Wood had created for this device, which runs Karma, which is basically it's like a front end for Karma, where it just creates a rogue access point, and it says basically when you're connecting to any network that you have saved, it's basically constantly pinging, saying, "Hey, is AT&T here? Hey, is NESIT here?" And this little router here just says, "Yeah, I am. Come through me." And a lot of people won't notice that it's automatically connecting unless they're really paying attention and knowing that their home network's not at Panera, or they're at school and they're connecting to somewhere else. What it does is you can do a bunch of different things on it, as far as sniffing the network, or sniffing the connection, Wireshark. You can gather passwords. You can sidejack their connections to wherever they're connecting to. There's a bunch of different things that you can do with the device. Good thing about this one also runs off of 5 volts, so you can run it off a battery pack. There's people that have modded it to run off a USB. So if you were sitting there with your computer, this thing at an airport, nobody really pay attention to you. They just think it's some sort of Wi-Fi card attached to your system. And I've been to the airport. There's people always desperately trying to get on free Wi-Fi there. There's Boingo and everything else that nobody wants to pay, $8 an hour, whatever the hell they charge. So if they see a wireless access point, or all of a sudden they're online with their AT&T or whatever, they're not going to really question it. They're going to start signing into stuff. It's not only stupid people at airports. I mean, I've been to security conventions, DEF CON, HOPE, where people are just logging into their home FTP, their email, just not paying attention. They got the wall of shame at DEF CON, where they're constantly scrolling everybody's plain text information right on the wall, just to shame people. I know I think they have a safe media network for the people that don't know anything, but as far as the real network, I wouldn't connect to any of that shit, even securely.
They say last year at DEF CON they actually had complete GSM cell sites that were.
Yeah, they were jacking cell phone information too. I don't know how, or the details. There was people claiming it. All I know is like my phone was getting all fucked up when I was at DEF CON, and I turned off all my stuff just because I didn't want my phone to automatically connect out to try to get my email and everything else. And I know after DEF CON I changed all my passwords, but there's still always that possibility. I mean, I don't really have any shit to hide anyhow, but it's just the fact that there'd be somebody out there that just said, I jacked all your email, blah blah blah, dump it on Pastebin and claim they're anti-sec or whatever.